everyone, I am Lynn, and today I want to talk about the topic of, it's really a compilation of different health questions and different spiritual questions that I had, and I lumped them all together into one posting. I thought it'd be a fun Friday thing to do and share with all of you. So this one's a little longer, even though they are short answer questions, because there's quite a few that I'm covering. So without further ado, please go in and hit the like button. I'm trying to grow my community, and let's go ahead and get started here for this Friday. Number one, the first one, there is an East Asian culture belief that as we lie in bed, our heads should not face north when we sleep. What do you pick up on this? And I had to really think about it. How would that make sense? Why would someone think that? How has this propagated throughout this culture? And I get that the belief has to do with the magnetic pull of north. We don't have a magnetic pull south, but we have a magnetic pull north, and we don't want to face our head that way. When someone's lying down, you don't want your energy being tugged upward. So if you're facing north and you have this energetic pull, even as subtle as it could be, pulling upward, you don't want that. Doing so can open your energetic field and create a scenario where you're vulnerable to spiritual activity. Ideally, you would want to have your head east or west while sleeping and allowing the subconscious to flow. So when you're asleep and you're deep in sleep, your subconscious is so active. You're way more vulnerable. You're vulnerable to a lot of energy elements, spiritual elements. So you don't want to face north, because when you have that tug, it opens that up. It opens that chakra, or at least can help it. It's not a given. It's not automatic. It's not to say, oh, you're laying down north, you're opening up and everything is going to rush you. It's not saying that. You're just more vulnerable. It could happen. Consequently, when someone is meditating and wants to go deep, you should consider laying with your head to the north, as it will help you open up. During meditation, you're very aware of your body and how you feel. You also set the intention of protection and go into the meditation from a safeguarded perspective. When we go to sleep and we're asleep, unless you're setting protection and intent before you go to sleep, you create that vulnerable situation without that layer of being safe. And that's why the two things are so different. Both scenarios help to open energy from the crown chakra, but sleeping feels to be unchecked or vulnerable. And meditation has a much more controlling aspect to it and fosters protection. So I thought that was an interesting question. Very interesting how that came through. So the second question I pulled here, Lynn, can you look into hydrogen peroxide? Can it be used as a nebulizer or consumed orally? The holistic community seems to push it to treat and cleanse the lungs. However, I saw some reviews that is not so good. So what did I pick up on this? Full disclosure, and I just want to put it out there because I am dealing with some medical items that I've not studied medicine. I am not a doctor. Everything I get from an intuitive perspective. So listen to your gut, do your research, but I'm going to share with you what I'm able to get to pull forward. So when I focused on this and was thinking about peroxide, I get that rinsing and gargling with peroxide can be really beneficial. It helps to clear the throat and attack bacteria that are in the mouth and in the throat. It also, had a similar effect as oil pulling does if you hold it in your mouth. It helps to cleanse out some of the lymph system that runs through the mouth. I get to not use this as a nebulizer. You can add it to a humidifier to gently breathe in a diluted version, but you don't want full strength of this in your lungs. You don't want to just huff on that and have your lungs full of peroxide. I get if you do nebulize this, gases build up, making oxygen absorption difficult. So it's almost like you're filling up with one gas, so oxygen cannot also share that same space, and you are decreasing your O2 level. The benefit of clearing the bacteria in that way does not outweigh the effects. So I would steer clear of the nebulizing factor of it. By all means, leave a comment if you've tried it and you've had an experience one way or another, but I get not to do this. So do your research and see how you feel about all of that. Okay, next question. What is the CRISPR-Cas9 technology? And it might be called CRISPR-Cas9 technology. I'd not heard of this before, so I'm really going into it raw, which I love, because I love having no bias going into anything, no notion, no predetermined anything. And as I see this, I saw it as a technology to mutate genes and DNA to create a presumed better version of the subject that they're manipulating. You take something and they alter it in the way that they see fit or they see best, and they create something else. It can help with regard to resetting the course of someone with a disease or other ailment going on, or building a being with the characteristics that they want to create. They will push this technology on the guise of helping people with certain genetic issues. However, this is just a ploy to build humans they want or have the desirable traits or personality or physical attributes. They are looking for ways to justify doing this, but they're trying to put it out there in a way that the people say, yes, this is great. We should study it. We need this. Society needs this. Watch for this to emerge and watch for ways that they use this to implement technology, such as a substance or an element introduced into the body that attacks or reprograms certain genes. So watch, because you may end up finding things that they want to put into the environment to make a better version of yourself that you maybe didn't sign up for. They may try to add it to water, to food, to certain things. I think that's way down the line, but I think it's on the horizon of their thought process of what this could be later on. So interesting with that. We'll have to see how that further pans out as time progresses. Okay, the next question has to do with Anthony Williams. So, hi, Lynn. Anthony Williams, author of medical medium books, warns readers to avoid eating eggs. Egg consumption can promote illness and disease, fueling pathogens stored or hiding in the human organs. Is eating eggs really bad for your health? This person says, I love eggs for breakfast and I don't want to stop. How much is too much? Is one a day safe? Thank you. Love your work. And all of you know, I love Anthony Williams, his book. It was actually very moving for me. I had read it a long time ago. A lot of things resonated with me. A lot of things felt overwhelming as I read it, because the protocols for different things are very strict and it's a lot of stuff that you can do. But I think with anything, you take the best parts or the things that make sense and you incorporate them into your life, see how your life changes for the better or worse, use it as kind of an experiment or a metric to see how you're doing, and then incorporate more, read more, and learn more. So I totally respect this man and what he's doing here. And focusing on the egg part of it, I get that there is a fine balance with eggs. Eggs have a lot of great properties with protein and nutrients, so consuming a small amount feels to be good if your body does not have a response to it. The best way to measure this is to look at how you react to eggs. The biggest metric I get, and this is what I see come through in a lot of readings when people are asking me about different health issues they have, or overall, hey, look at my health, what do you get? I see that if a person wakes up in the morning and they feel mucus in their throat, coughing a lot or clearing their throat a lot in the morning, you are sensitive and need to back off or stop with eggs. And I'll see an egg. I'll see an egg when I'm scanning a person. I'll be driven to their throat to look at it more, and somehow there is a connection with that. So I get the number one way to dictate if you are sensitive to eggs is, are you mucusy in the morning, coughing and clearing your throat? If so, it could be eggs or it could be dairy. The two are really close for me in my mental symbol dictionary, but nonetheless, that's just something to note and tuck back in your mind and think about it. Everyone's different, they react differently, so look at your own physical response to gauge how you feel. In this scenario, I don't get that a blanket statement is true for everyone. So how he says, don't eat them at all, put the kibosh on all of them, don't do it, they do this and this to the body. I don't necessarily get that. I think everybody's unique and you need to see how you personally respond. So in the end, I say if you have no symptoms, carry on. If you like your egg and it does nothing to you, go for it and see how you feel. All right. Next question here. Hello, Lynn. Can you look into the spiritual significance of the dates 2/22/22 or 2/2/22? And a lot of people see this. They'll see numbers in triplicate, whether it's ones, twos, it could be anything, or it could be some other number. Maybe it's a date that stands out to you. But regardless, this person was asking about the twos, seeing the twos. Twos signify that you're on the right path, and it's tangible. It's a tangible way to see it and validate it. Ones, when you see the ones, they feel to be more internal and things from within that you have control over. It's your thoughts, your actions, what you're doing. But twos feel like it's an external force around you that you're paying attention to know that you're on the right path. It could be something you're dealing with work. It could be something with a relationship. It could be a family decision. It could be a move that you might want to make, a vacation you want to go on, some kind of an investment. It feels like it's an external factor outside yourself. Ones feel more like internal growth. should I feel this way? I need to be more vocal. I need to be more communicating. It feels like something you're working on within your own self, your own challenge. But twos feel like it's an external thing that you're battling and trying to negotiate and make the right decision. So a two will tell you, yes, your line of logic is right. Yes, this thought is right. Yes, you have an idea to complete this action. You should do that. Twos tell you you're on the right path, making the right decision, having the right thoughts, and it's a validation of that. If you're weighing something on your mind and you see twos, then pause to think about what your thought is at that moment and it's basically trying to direct you on that path and confirm that thought that you're having is validated and on point with what it is you're trying to accomplish. So that is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed my compilation of my different topics, but they all center around health, spiritual things, and so forth. So if you like videos like this, please drop me a comment below and let me know. If you're interested in submitting your own question, or you'd like a personal reading, Reiki session, or distance Reiki session, please hit me up on my blog. I'm happy to get something scheduled for you and work it out. I am Lynn at Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thank you. Bye.